I'm Shepard Smith in New York. Back in Washington, a brand new series of words presented for our consumption. Maybe Team Trump's just shifting strategy, shifting again. Maybe they're just trying to confuse everybody. Certainly, the undeniable chaos is definitely not chaos at all. They're clear on that point. But what Team Trump said last month, then changed last week, then reimagined again on Tuesday, was revised and extended again this morning. And space under the bus is now at a premium. Rudy Giuliani found himself wedged there today when the president said his lawyer still has to get his facts straight on payments to the porn star.
When Rudy made the statements, Rudy's great, but Rudy had just started, and he wasn't totally familiar with everything. And Rudy, we love Rudy. He's a special guy, but when he made certain statements, he just started yesterday, so that's it.
Just started yesterday. That's not true. Just weeks ago, President Trump denied knowing anything about the hush money that his personal lawyer gave to the porn star so that she'd keep quiet about the sexual relationship she claims she had with the president. But Giuliani flipped the script a couple of days ago when he gave explosive interviews to Sean Hannity and Fox and Friends. Giuliani claimed the president reimbursed his attorney, Michael Cohen, for the $130,000 hush money payoff. But he said there was no campaign money involved. Rudy Giuliani told the Washington Post that the payments happened last year. Now, something new. Giuliani released a statement about an hour ago and said in it he wanted to clarify the views he expressed over the past few days. Views clarification. He said, now let this one sink in just in case this version lasts more than a few hours. Quoting Giuliani, "My references to timing were not describing my understanding of the president's knowledge, but instead my understanding of these matters." Again, my references to timing were not describing my understanding of the president's knowledge, but instead my understanding of these matters. In other words, when he told Hannity a fact he didn't already know, it wasn't a fact, but a feeling of personal understanding and a misunderstanding of the president's knowledge of timing and understanding. Whether you prefer ranch or balsamic on Giuliani's words, President Trump denies that his own story has changed at all. The president also told reporters today he would love to speak with the special counsel Robert Mueller. Said it again and again. Said he'd love to speak with him as part of the Russia investigation and that he would override his own lawyers to do so under one condition. Only if he's sure he will be treated fairly. Peter Ducey with the news live on the North Lawn. Peter?
Shep, when I asked President Trump this morning before he went down to Dallas how he thought that Rudy was doing, he did excuse Giuliani, essentially saying that if he made contradictory comments, it's just because he's the new guy. He doesn't really know what's going on with the legal team. But the president did tease that statement from Giuliani that we just got, and there is but Giuliani is cleaning up the comment that he made to Sean Hannity that President Trump reimbursed his lawyer, Michael Cohen, $130,000 so that Stormy Daniels would sign a non-disclosure agreement. That did raise red flags about whether or not there was a campaign violation. Now, Giuliani says there is no campaign violation. The payment was made to resolve a personal and false allegation in order to protect the president's family. It would have been done in any event, whether he was a candidate or not. So Giuliani is changing his version of the story, but President Trump insists that he is not.
You take a look at what I said. You go back and take a look. You'll see what I said.
You said no.
Excuse me. Excuse me. You go take a look at what we said. But this is a witch hunt like nobody's ever seen before. And what they should do is look at the other side, where terribly bad things have happened, where terribly bad things have been done.
When President Trump says to go back and look at what he said, he's referring to an April statement made aboard Air Force One where the president said he had no knowledge of a payment to Stormy Daniels. The only one who would know about that would be Michael Cohen. The president now maintains on Twitter yesterday, and again he's referring us to his statement that he made previously today, that Michael Cohen was paid a retainer and that if Stormy Daniels was paid with money, the president's money, it could have come from that retainer without the president's explicit permission or knowledge. Shep.
Okay. What more did President Trump say about a possible sit-down with the special counsel Mueller's team?
He basically said that he'd be game if some Republicans were among the investigators asking questions.
I want to talk to the people in charge if they can prove that it's a fair situation. The problem we have is that you have 13 people, they're all Democrats, and they're real Democrats. They're angry Democrats, and that's not a fair situation.
Said if he does talk to Mueller, it would require an override of his lawyers, who he says are strongly advising him not to talk. Shep.
Peter, thank you. For the record, they're not all Democrats, and for the record, Mueller's a Republican. More on all of this with the Fox News Sunday anchor Chris Wallace coming up from the Fox News deck on this.